bones.
Yes.
Those that are bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh.
Yes.
Amen?
Amen.
So we got to understand, we have to find it within ourselves. Breakthrough comes with what? From within.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find it within yourself. Your breakthrough is not going to come without. It's going to come from within. That's why you got to manage your heart. That's why you got to make sure that certain things don't get into your atmosphere.
Amen.
Remember, a proverb says that you got to keep your heart with all diligence, because out of it is the issues of life. You want to change your life? Change your heart. Change the way you think about it. Get God's perspective. How many times have you ever been in a situation, God, what is your perspective? Many times we don't, because we're trying to rearrange things and get things to accommodate us. Am I right? We're trying to shift things because we're looking for that comfortable spot.
Sir.
See, there exists incompleteness within each of us. Every man or woman. All of us. Because God somehow has destined some better things for us, though. How many know that? How many who can attest this morning? But we got to understand that somehow God has predestined some better things for us, and that we must find it. There's some better things for us, and as people of God, we must seek after it and never settle for anything less. There are hidden aspirations that occasionally rise to the surface, only to be pushed down and again by the time constraints of your present circumstances. It's pressure, the longevity of time, and the continuous uproar of things that are coming to swallow you up. It's in time constraint, and they want to make you become irrational. But if you choose not to be a foolish man, or choose to not take bits and pieces, but build it on the whole, on the rock, on the revelation of who Christ is, that means you don't pick and choose through scriptures what you're going to adhere to and what you're going to honor.
Amen.
It's the whole scroll. It's not bits and pieces. That's why we got to make up our mind that there is something in us that's incomplete. Because you know why? Because we refuse to move forward. We refuse to place honor on God, place honor on the assignment that God has for us. People always say, well, I don't know what God expects from me. Love, worship, honor. You do all those things first. The rest of it is a piece of cake. It's automatic. It's given. The blessings are followed. You ain't got to follow it. So we got to get to a point to understand this. That we got what it takes. But it's yet untempered. It's yet incomplete. So we got to get in situations or get connected to the right people. So they can cultivate that thing that we carry. And give definition to it. So we can get busy about our Father's business. Like the book of James says, make it clear that faith without works is dead. You say you believe, he says even the devils believe. Remember, right? I believe in God, the man upstairs. I got no time. He ain't through man upstairs.
Amen.
I hate when believers tell me the man upstairs. I had a conversation this weekend. You know, just trying to make some adjustments with some believers. Believers. One been in church longer than me. And I'm like, whoa. How unbalanced. You know, and I ain't going to tell you the whole complete conversation, but it was just some things that I had to tell them. I said, when are we going to get to the Word? I'm in the chair. I'm like, when are we going to get to the Word? And when is the Word going to have? You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line, it's my anchor. Somewhere along the line, the wave's going to toss you to and fro. You're going to hit every rock, every trial, every tribulation. Somewhere, the stability of the moment is the Word of God. And I had to tell them, I said, somewhere along the line, I said, it's some things I haven't partook of or partaken of it because I've allowed the Word to be the anchor. That is the true witness. Not my opinion, not what other people said, not what's comfortable. That's not an opinion. That's a lying vanity if it's against the scriptures. To have faith without works I told him, I said, man, I said, I don't understand. I said, Christian folks, they the most unbelieving believers. They'll say that they believe God, but then they live contrary. They're atheists in their lifestyle. Agnostic in their lifestyle. They'll confess the scriptures, but then their lifestyle is antithetical to it. It should not be. When I can see religions that are rooted in falsehood, that are prospering and got a measure of discipline. I know they're not perfect, but they got a measure of discipline that is lacking among believers. They pray 3 times a day. Islam, Muslims. And they face the direction east. We can't even get people to get in the face. Listen on 3 days. I mean, three times a day.
Come on.
We should be the most disciplined people.
Yes.
The most orderly people.
Come on.
The most erect people. Dignified, functional. Consistent, rooted. I'm serious. Yes. We should be. Because the scriptures have no variations. It's not negotiable. You can't decide on what you want because the scriptures are plain.
Amen.
They're direct. Only thing that mess up scriptures is your own opinions. Amen. The book of James makes it clear if we're going to become kingdom believers that faith without works is dead. There is no such thing as private faith that is not lived out through public action.
Amen.
If it's not lived out, it's a myth.
Yeah.
So we must become productive in the things of God by our works. We're going to change. We're going to shift. There has to be some work. We'll talk. I told you we're going to go and look over 2 Kings 7 in a second. But it's got to be works. We got to change with works. Faith with works. Works of fruit. Same thing. Same synonymous. Amen. So you got to have fruit. Say you believe a certain way, and then we got to get to that point. We have to get to that point where we can submit to Christ. Get to that point where our heart is merged with His will. That His mind becomes our mind. His thoughts become our thoughts. And we become captivity to what He wants and what He's desired. We're no longer walking around as vagabonds and independent of the grace of God that He's called us into. We're fully submitted to God. Yeah, you have to give up some stuff. You knew that coming in.
Yes.
Say 5 years to figure it out. Say, you want this? Yes. But one thing about my daddy, he don't ask for it all. Folks act like they get going to shock. He'll let you enjoy it for a season. Enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. But then later part of that verse, it says you got to choose to suffer the affliction of God with other people. So once that season is up, I want it. But you got to get merged with His will. You got to become one with Him. You got to become captive to His will and His purpose. You got to become a love slave to it. Why not? Why not let the author and the finisher of your faith finish what He started? Huh? He knew you before you knew you. Why not? Huh? The dial is set. You got to make up in your mind. Relinquish control to your life. Huh? The reason why you came in because it was out of control. You think you're going to get in and then bring control to it? No, it's not happening. My wife and I, we always talk. I don't know how folks live outside of a relationship with God. I tried it for 20-some odd years. It was hard. Cost me a lot. Sent me to prison. Amen. And I knew Allah. So I had a form of godliness. Wasn't like I didn't have anything out there. I just had a Quran. I carried a Quran with me. But He couldn't change me. I was still a liar, a cheater, a whoremonger, an alcoholic, an addict. Because that's not the form of God he wanted me to have. He wanted a God to take up habitation in me. Then I met Jesus when I was incarcerated. And I got hooked. Greatest drug around. Called love. The love drug. Potion of his love. You gotta make. Oh my goodness. It's just time for change, folks. It is. We're almost what's the date? 2 weeks in of a new year? Huh? To the date? How's that resolution working for you? I'm here, Apostle. I said I was coming to church, so I'm here. But I'm serious. I'll give you a couple of more months. I'll talk to you in March. See how it works out. There's never been one I can keep. I done had every resolution under the sun. It never worked. I had a whole bunch of energy to get it done. It just dissipated, went up in smoke. But it's time to change. Why is it time to change, Apostle? Because our destiny is forward. And our future is prophetic. See, if you've been in your situation for a long time and nothing is changing, you may need to stop what you were doing.
Amen.
And start doing something else.
Amen.
You're going to get the same results. See, the thing about it, every seed reproduces after its own kind. That's not just a biblical thing. So, if you're looking to get free from some stuff, check the seed, check the motive, check the idea, check the thought, because that's what seeds are. It's not a seed in your hand. Seeds are the mental capacity that you have. It's the stronghold that you have. If you don't change the seed, your future will remain the same. So you got to change what you're doing. Every action, every thought is a seed. Every word is a